Hey everybody, it's Chris Gunnins. Welcome back to Pro Boxing Insider Radio. And I'm about to check in with the world of boxing and see who they got for the big doubleheader on HBO tonight. Kelly Pavlik's fighting tough Will Rosinski in his first fight back on HBO. Kelly's first fight back on HBO. And after that, Nonito Donaire's fighting dangerous Donaire-Mathebula, IBF champion from South Africa. So we'll check the world of boxing's pulse on those two fights, and we'll also get their opinion on the Klitschko-Thompson fight that just ended in Switzerland. So let's get some people on the phone. Daniel Judah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hanging in there, man. It's taking it easy. That's all. Taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, big fights on HBO tonight. When he's at his best, what makes Kelly Pavlik so impressive, Danny?
Yeah, that's what makes him so special. I think that maybe the way he structured his punches, like he throw a lot of punches.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know he in shape. That's how I know he ready. You know.
Yeah, not too many fights to see on Will Rosinski since he's so young, but there's no secret to what he's going to do. He's going to try to get inside and make it a rough night. Do you think he's ready for Kelly Pavlik yet?
That's on HBO, right?
Yeah. You think he's ready for Kelly Pavlik yet, Danny?
To be honest, no. No. He's not ready for Kelly Pavlik, no. But you can't count him out. I won't count him out. You know, Will, I sparred him before. I sparred him a couple of times. He's a tough individual, but I think that the experience will get there. It will get to him, and it'll take over.
Yeah. What do you see happening once the bell rings, though?
It's going well. Will's not going back down. You know, and unless he get cracked. You know, after he get cracked or whatever, then he'll back down. But for the most part, it's gonna be a pretty good fight.
Yeah, and then in the main event, you got Nonito Donaire, one of the top guys at the moment. What makes him so effective at what he does?
Maybe. Let me see. I've seen him fight one time.
Yeah, he's a southpaw.
Maybe his I don't know. Maybe being Filipino or maybe his speed. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a hard question.
He's 5'7", and he thought he's fighting a guy who's 5'10", and he's actually closer to 6 feet. How dangerous is that to be fighting someone you really don't know much of and ends up being really tall?
So you finally got 5'10"?
They got Mathebula listed at 5'10", but he looks like he's more like 6 foot, 6'1".
Oh wow! Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, unknown.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What
do you think? What do you think?
Well, he might be in some trouble tonight. He might, cause if that boy now uses height and his reach, he'll get De Niro, a run for his money.
Yep. And we just got word back from Switzerland that Vladimir Klitschko defeated Tony Thompson for the second time. What do you think makes the Klitschkos so tough to deal with, I guess?
One thing about the Klitschkos, they know how to use their height and their reach. And they do that very often when they fight. And I said when they don't use their height and their reach and they give up on their height, they lose the fight.
Yeah. You see anyone around that's going to...
No, not right now, no. But that guy from who's with Al Heyman, he's from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
He got a pretty good chance, I think. But I mean, I only say that because he got a puncher's chance. He get cracked, but he got to get to the Klitschkos, and he really have to use his speed. He got speed and he got power, but he definitely got power. But he got to get close to the Klitschkos. He can't let them dictate the show. He got to just say, fuck it, I'm going for the kill. It's a once for all, fight. I got to do what I got to do, and just try to pull it out. But I said, if anybody could beat them, it'd be him, the guy from Maryland. I forgot his name.
Seth Mitchell, right?
Yeah, Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell. Sam. Yeah, what's his name? Sam Mitchell.
Seth Mitchell. S-E-T-H. Seth.
S-E-H.
Seth Mitchell.
Okay, Seth Mitchell. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he got one of the weird names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Danny.
I'm impressed by him, though. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he showed heart, and he definitely showed a lot of heart his last fight.
Yeah, Seth Mitchell's probably.
He went in there for the kill. He got hurt first. He came back, and he did his thing.
Yeah, definitely respectable, and he's probably a couple fights away still, a little green still, but he's definitely going to be a threat in a year down the line, maybe. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate your picks.
Thank you.
Super middleweight contender Edwin Rodriguez. You fought Will Rosinsky. What kind of threat does he pose to Kelly Pavlik tonight?
Will Rosinsky's a very good fighter, son of Will. He comes to fight. A lot of people are not giving him a chance against Kelly Pavlik because he was a former world champ. I give him a better chance than most people since I've been in there with him, and I know what he's able to do. He was in the USA national team with me. So I know that a kid could fight, and he could take a big punch.
Mm-hmm. And when he's at his best, what makes Kelly Pavlik so impressive?
Kelly Pavlik is a former world champ. He got a new trainer now who he's been improving a lot. And he's just trying to get back to the top. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if his people are underestimating Will Rosinsky, but I think that it's going to be a much better fight than what they're expecting. Mm-hmm. I actually do feel that Pavlik is going to win, but it's going to be a very good fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fascinating, and you answered my next question, actually, so it makes it moot. How about Nonito Donaire, one of the top guys of the moment? What makes him so effective at what he does?
Nonito Donaire is one of my favorite fighters right now, actually. This guy just has so much confidence in the ring. He's so fast. He's one of the few guys that are very technical sound, have ton of skill, speed, and power. And I know that he what was it, Vasquez or?
Yeah, he fought Vasquez Jr.
Junior, yeah. I know he beat him. I wasn't the fight. I thought it was I know it was a split decision, but I didn't see it like that. He hurt his hands during the fight, but I do feel like he did brought up the power, even though he moved up weight class.
Yeah, he's
like I said, he's one of those fighters that I look at and I look to learn from.
Mm-hmm. And he is one of the best guys of the moment, best guys to learn from, and he's fighting a super tall guy, IBF champion in the same division, Donaire-Mathebula from South Africa. How dangerous is it when you get somebody that you can't see a lot of film on, and he actually shows up, and he shows up way taller than even his listed? Even though he was listed at 5'10", that's super tall for the division, but then they see him in person, and he's actually closer to 6 feet. How dangerous is that?
Wow. I fought Aaron Pryor Jr., who had a very 84 reach, 76. So, it plays a big role because you're going to be punching up. I never seen this guy fight as well. So I do not know what kind of talent he brings to the table, but he is a world champion. So, I know there's 4 different belts out there, but he has one of the major ones, and to be able to be top 10 in the world at a new weight class to Nonito Donaire, he must be a threat. So, it's going to be a good fight, and I want to sit down, enjoy it, and see how Nonito is going to be able to put the puzzle together of getting the inside, or because he's pretty much a boxer that fights from the outside. Sometimes he comes in and stops his guy, but he always needs that little bit of reach. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to solve the puzzle.
And it's actually not fair to ask you what you see happening, because nobody knows anything about Mathebula. Nobody knows what we're going to see, Edwin.
I think that what we're going to see, I could tell you what we're going to see from Nonito Donaire, which is 100%. He's going to try from the first round to the last round to knock him out, because he's an entertaining fighter. He likes to fight. Now, I do not know what this guy brings to the table, but he's a former world champion, so you don't take anybody lightly in the ring, especially a world champ. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good fight, and I know that I don't really know much about the guy, but I know he's tall and he's going to bring some problems to Nonito Donaire, at least for the first few rounds.
Yep, sounds like a good pick. And we just got word back from Switzerland that Vladimir Klitschko defeated Tony Thompson for the second time. What do you think makes the Klitschko so effective and dominating over all these years, almost over a decade now?
He won?
Yeah, he
just
stopped
kidding.
him in the sixth round.
He just got he's a lot of height. His heavyweight division is a division that a lot of Americans are into football or basketball, so we don't have those big heavyweights like they are. The heavyweights are 100% fit. You don't see any other heavyweight as fit as the Klitschko's.
Mm-hmm.
And then their height. So I think that has a lot to do. I have biggest fear for anybody to fight a guy that's 6'8" and
Yeah.
300 pounds solid or 280, whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the heavyweight. So I think it's going to be a lot entertaining when they go away.
yeah, they're kind of just too dominating now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edwin. Appreciate
Boring now.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Edwin. Appreciate your picks.
Very much.
Former champ Junior Jones. We just got word back from Switzerland that Vladimir Klitschko defeated Tony Thompson for the second time. What do you think makes the Klitschko so tough to deal with?
I think that they're very big. They're very tall, very big guys. Long reach, good power, something that makes them very difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's tough to
really,
deal with.
really fight guys that size. Plus, they got pretty good agility, so you fight very big guys.
Yeah, and they've been dominating the division for like a decade now, over a decade.
Yeah, but these guys are huge heavyweights, so don't come that big anymore. These guys are usually big, so they're definitely dominating.
Yeah. Do you see anyone coming up that might be able to challenge the reign?
At this point right now, from the watching, there's no up-and-coming heavyweight, young or old. I'm just going to give these guys any significant problems that they're throwing them right now.
Yeah, and that fight happened in Switzerland today, and we're not done with boxing yet. In the States, we got big HBO card tonight. Kelly Pavlik, rejuvenated, coming back, fighting a tough guy in Will-Rosinsky. What do you think, when he's at his best, what makes Kelly Pavlik so tough to deal with, Junior?
I think Pavlik stays busy, and he moves the fence. He's not a one-hitter killer. He's the guy who will touch you numerous times. He just doesn't throw one punch at a time, so I think that's Kelly Pavlik's great forte. He throws plenty of punches. He keeps the guard balanced.
Mm-hmm. And you see any danger tonight fighting Will-Rosinsky?
I don't think so, man. I think both of the young kids coming up. Pavlik got a lot of experience. I don't think Will has the experience that Pavlik has.
Yeah, so you don't think he's ready for Kelly at this point?
I think that all the champions, I'll pick the easiest champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got pound for pound champion, I guess, Nonito Donaire, number 3 on most people's list now. He's fighting a unknown challenger, abnormally tall, freakishly tall from South Africa. What makes Nonito Donaire, who's one of those top guys of the moment, what makes him so effective at what he does?
I think he's exciting. He's a small guy, punches very well. I think that's what draws a lot of attention to Donaire. That he's a small guy, but he brings excitement with power. So I think that's the main thing. Donaire, he's a small guy, can punch. He's very busy. So I think that's what makes Donaire so unique.
And what kind of danger do you think Donaire-Mathebula is going to be? He's freakishly tall for the weight class.
I don't think he's going to give Donaire pretty much a problem. I think that Donaire's top dog right now. I think on Donaire's level.
Mm-hmm. Former world champ Junior Jones. Appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
My family's looking at me like I'm crazy.
yeah. Sweet Reggie Johnson, man, at a family party. Sorry to bother you, man. A busy day in boxing.
Family reunion. I mean, the whole family from my grandmother on my mother's side family.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's like, it goes deep back all on my mother's side.
We have it every year. Normally we have it on the 4th of July. That's when my grandmother's dad was born. And we're doing it on the land that we own. That my grandmother's father, parents, them own the land, and we still have the land in our family. So every year we come down. It's about 45 minutes from Houston. We come down here and have a big family reunion. But we normally have it on my grandmother's dad's birthday, but it was it fell on a Wednesday, so we had it today.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. There's got to be the whole Johnson family ghost.
Yeah, well, no, that's not the Johnson side. My dad is Johnson side.
Okay,
That's my mother's side is the Blanc. But see, I got to get with you on that. A lot of people already know that. You know Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
You know I'm related to Jack Johnson.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's in some of my bios to read up on it. But I'm going down to Keyshawn, Louisiana, which is probably like about 2.5, 3 hours right by Sweetport, Louisiana. And I'm having a company on my dad's side. I never knew that I was related to Jack Johnson. I never knew that my grandfather, who died when I was almost 2 years old, was a fighter. As a matter of fact, he changed his birth name from Nathaniel to Jack because he wanted to be like his cousin D. Jack Johnson. And it's on his tombstone.
Wow. Well, I'm going to get into that when we talk next time.
My grandmother, she just passed away last year. She was 99 years old.
Wow. Yeah, you told me that. That's amazing.
And she told me all this in 2003 when my father died.
Wow. That's amazing, Reggie. That's crazy, man. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that next time we talk. I'm going to actually talk to you tomorrow with Jesse Reed, actually. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be something fun to talk to. Today there's a busy day in boxing, though. I wanted to get your thoughts on Vladimir Klitschko. Word just got back that he defeated Tony Thompson for the second time, knocked him out in the 6th round this time. What do you think makes the Klitschko so hard to deal with, Reggie?
Well, I think it's a collaboration of a lot of things. First of all, those guys are tremendous in size, 6'7", 6'8", both brothers. They're both very talented. And then you got to also add to that there's no real good heavyweights style-wise, talent-wise, that can really compete with those guys, because those guys, they are real good, but but just so happened they came around in the right time. I don't think if you have like a prime Evander Holyfield, a prime Tyson, and guys like that, and even some of the other guys, I don't think those guys will be as dominant. But they would. I mean, they would have more competition, but I don't think they would be as dominant.
Yeah. It's definitely a weaker era. So, do you see anybody coming around that could challenge the reign anytime soon?
Well, I think the only person can challenge one of those guys is if they fought each other, and we know that's not going to happen. Yeah, right at this particular time. But I know. Think about it, man. There's no American heavyweight.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. It's kind of bad. But I know there's someone in the gym right now. Probably someone that's going to win a gold medal from America. That's going to arrive pretty soon in the very near future.
Yeah, and it's actually Olympic year, so maybe it's happening. We'll see. We'll see if you're good on that prediction. And that's not it for today. Still ahead is big HBO card featuring Kelly Pavlik coming back for the first time on HBO and since his problems. When he's at his best, though, what makes Kelly Pavlik so impressive?
Well, I just think that he's got a pretty unique style, coming to fight, and by him being a Caucasian brother, people don't seem to think that a guy can have that type of heart and that type of fortitude to go right at guys like that. I mean, I like the guy. I like his style. I like his heart, and I like he's a talented guy. And he got a lot of willpower. When he's in focus and in the right frame of mind, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm. And there's not too many fights to be seen on his challenger, Will-Rosinsky. He's kind of young, but he had a great amateur experience coming from New York, and he fought a real tough fight with another contender, Edwin Rodriguez. Mm-hmm. Do you think he's ready for Kelly Pavlik yet?
Well, guy. I never really seen him fight. You said he had a lot of amateur experience, but I do know one thing. He has a huge opportunity tonight to make people realize who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, man, it's when you're fighting a guy who's I would say Kelly is pretty seasoned. He's been in some big fights, so the cards are stacked against the young man. But who knows? That's why they call boxing the arena of the unexpected. Anything could happen.
Yeah, and that's the first fight of 2 fights tonight. The other fight's Nonito Donaire, pound for pound guy, one of the top guys at the moment. What makes him so effective at what he does, Reg?
Well, I think he's the best in his weight class. He's a good puncher, pretty smart fighter, a lot of heart, and like I said, it's fortitude. I mean, that guy. Me personally, I think he ruled his division. I think he's got the talent to probably rule a couple of other divisions above the division that he's already ruling.
Mm-hmm. Actually, some people think that he's not the best. He's not the best in his division. Some people think the best in his division's the Cuban guy, Guillermo Rigondeaux, and some people think.
Yeah, I heard him. I haven't seen a lot of him, but I just from seeing the guy, I think. I just can't see anybody. Well, I don't really know a lot about the division. I just can't see nobody, beating him right now. I like to see more of the Cuban.
Yeah, the Cuban guy and Gary Russell from New York, from America. He's an American guy, so
right.
There's a couple guys out there that could challenge him. And tonight he's actually Nonito's actually a tall guy for his weight class at 5'7", but
right.
he thought the guy he was fighting was 5'10". He shows up closer to 6 feet tall, so. It could be.
Like I said, the arena of the unexpected. Anything can happen.
That's it. It's the theater of the unexpected, like Larry Merchant always said.
Yeah. And I mean, that's across the board. I remember one time I went to a fight thinking I was going to get paid X amount of dollars. And when I got paid, my check was short X amount of dollars. So that was unexpected.
That's not good. All right, Reggie, man. Let you go back to your family reunion. Appreciate your time.
Okay, so you said you're going to call tomorrow?
Sweet Reggie Johnson, one cool dude. Sometimes you call for picks and you get a whole lot more than you bargain for. So we're just going to get right back to the picks. But definitely tune back into Pro Boxing Insider Radio and hear more of what Sweet Reggie Johnson has to say about being related to Jack Johnson. I didn't even know about it. I can't wait to hear about it. So I guarantee you go to Pro Boxing Insider Monday, and you're going to have a fun story to listen to, as told to you by Sweet Reggie Johnson. Let's try to get Mike Enchando on the line. I know he was trying to return my call. Former champ Mike Enchando. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, Chris? How you doing?
Pretty good. You're on your way to the fights now. You're going to the Vegas fights. You're going to see Kelly Pavlik against Will Rosinsky. When Kelly's at his best.
Actually, I'm on my way to the fight at the Home Depot Center. I'm sorry. We should have just left.
When Kelly's at his best, Mike, what makes him so impressive?
Kelly is a great technician when he focuses on his boxing game. He's a fighter at heart, definitely, when he's doing his inside work, but the technique is what makes him such a good fighter, and I think that Kelly has been around for many years in the boxing business, so he's gotten the experience enough to where he'd be able to showcase each accolade that he has in the boxing that he has in his arsenal.
Yeah, and you mentioned Kelly Pavlik's experience. Not too many fights to be seen on Will Rosinsky since he's so young, but we know that he's an aggressive fighter. He's going to come and try to put his head on his chest, and he has a lot of amateur experience, and he had a really tough fight with a fellow contender, Edwin Rodriguez. So he has that good fight under his belt. Some people think it was closer. Some people even think he won that fight with Edwin Rodriguez. Do you think he's ready for Kelly yet?
Chris, I was just going to tackle that. This kid here, this is the type of fight that you expect a lot of people to sleep on because they think that
a guy's gonna come in. He's a newbie. He's just gonna get walked all over by an old veteran. But at the same time, I mean, this guy's got the hunger, you know. And when you're in the ring and you're fighting for your family, for your life, for yourself, it's a completely different aspect. You know, there's a different perspective, and a lot of people just think because of the past and what they kind of put two and two together, they're just gonna assume that this kid's gonna get walked over by Pavlik because Pavlik has the experience. But is this kid hungrier than Pavlik? That's the question of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Yes. And if that happens, Chris, then we've got a fight on our hands. We've definitely got a fight on our hands.
I expect it for as long as it goes. It's going to be an exciting fight. I think it might go.
I'm expecting that as well.
Yeah, it might go the distance. I expect a distance fight and a tough, hard fight. Maybe a stoppage at some point, but I think it's going to be a good fight. I just hope that Rosinsky's ready for the moment.
You know, like I say, Chris, this guy is still wet behind the ears. But with that, a lot of times when you come into a fight, it's a call for a spoiler. You know, he can be a spoiler. And with that being said, you've got to expect many people to be on their P's and Q's when they're betting against the fight, let's just say, or when they're watching it and when they give their take, they have to include that aspect of him being, the spoiler. Him being that spoiler.
You said it. You pretty much summed it up. So I guess we're both expecting a really good fight, and that's one of the co-main events. And the main event, Nonito Donaire, one of the top guys of the moment. What makes him so effective at what he does? Nonito
Donaire was fighting in the amateurs. I remember when I was around, and we would go, and he had a strong backing like me. I've just got to say it, Chris, because I am a fighter too, and I have to give my take on it. Nonito Donaire knows boxing.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what boxing is all about, and he there still may be some flaws in his defense and his offense as well. Not every fighter is going to be a Julio Cesar Chavez or better, or Canazales or anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still fresh, but a little more experience, and I think Nonito Donaire is going to be the guy.
Yeah, how dangerous do you think that Donaire-Mathebula is? They expected him to be taller than Nonito. They expected maybe a couple to 3 inches taller, but they got a guy closer to 6 feet, so he's got about 5 inches on him. How dangerous?
That's the thing, Chris. When you have someone like that coming in, and then not only is it unexpected, but the guy, I'm sure that they have very minimal footage of his fights, if any, and even if they do, the taller guy can be a problem if Nonito Donaire hasn't prepared for him the right way, meaning a lot of inside fighting. Nonito Donaire is going to have to come out of his relaxed element, and because Nonito Donaire naturally is a great boxer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to come and stay on this guy and be a fighter, and that's the difference. He's going to have to pressure him. He's going to have to short man's fight.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to have the edge because he's a southpaw. I don't think Mathebula seen too many southpaws, or especially ones as fast and talented as Nonito.
That's going to be a little difficult, and in my amateur days, I had difficulty, I will admit, with southpaws
Mm-hmm.
because of the way that they stand. It was just very awkward to me. I didn't get it until later on, you know, in my professional career, where now it's kind of like I've learned how to fight both. So I'm one of the many few, Chris, that knows exactly how to do that. You know, because it's hands on.
Mm-hmm.
With what is it? What's his name? Metabusa?
Mathebula.
Bula.
Mm-hmm.
Metabula.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly how much preparation he's been able to get for a fighter like Donaire. It's very hard to prepare for someone like Donaire because of his style and his speed and his quickness and his speed and his power. Both. There's not very many sparring partners that will be able to match that. So it's very, very hard to think that Mathebula has prepared efficiently with someone like Donaire. For someone like Donaire, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to find quality sparring in some places.
Definitely hard to match that.
Yep. And there's a lot of talented fighters that have trouble with southpaws.
Yeah.
But I think
in my amateur career, like I said, because I am naming myself as one of those talented fighters who, and I will admit, I did have a difficult time defending against a southpaw because of the stance. I did, until I understood a little differently what you have to do. It's something. It's just like I say. It's this hands-on training, and it's a continuous, steady flow of hands-on training with that, because it's very difficult. Very, very. You can make it extremely easy. You can make it extremely difficult. You know, depending on how you approach it. You know, naturally, a lot of it has to do with the stance. The way his stance is. A lot of it has to do with that.
Yeah, Nonito's one of those dominant guys, and we just want to see him in a fight that actually challenges him. So we hope. We don't know what we're going to see tonight, but we look ahead to possibly a fight down the line with Rigondeaux from Cuba.
Yeah,
I know he saw a lot of. He saw a lot of stuff.
I'm not going to look past Mathebula because I never do. I never look past any fighter. Let's just say hypothetically he does beat him though. And he goes to Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is one to reckon with.
Yeah.
And I feel and I believe that if it does get to a toe-to-toe match, Rigondeaux will defeat Nonito Donaire. I think that, you know, I mean, Nonito Donaire is a great fighter, like I say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Yeah.
But I just think Rigondeaux has a little bit.
He's mean.
A little bit more of the fighting attributes, whereas Nonito is a better boxer. If he's able to box Rigondeaux, then I think that Rigondeaux will lose. But if not, if he fights Rigondeaux's fight, which is inside, then I think Rigondeaux will get the better of the two.
And that's a fight I can't help but look forward to, because Rigondeaux is probably he might be the greatest Cuban amateur of all time. You know,
Rigondeaux has showed me a lot.
Oh yeah.
Showed me a lot. You know, we've still yet to see him against an extremely formidable foe. You know, that's here. You know. I guess someone that will face him and challenge him and show his flaws. You know, that will show that he is someone that's gonna make those flaws come out. That's what we're waiting to see. But until then, we just have that to say about Rigondeaux. You understand what I'm saying, Chris?
Yeah. Well, it's a fight to look forward to. Good fight tonight, and you're going to be there. So One fight that's already in the books from Switzerland, Vladimir Klitschko defeated Tony Thompson for the second time. What do you think makes the Klitschkos such a riddle to deal with for the heavyweight division?
The Klitschkos are doctors, Chris. That's why they win. They know. So the Klitschkos, they understand. They understand the mathematics that you have that has to do with the boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Mathematics in boxing. They understand that. They understand themselves. They know themselves, which is a great thing that when you get into the ring, if you understand yourself, then you're able to use that to your advantage. And that's what they do. That's what they do. You know, and they since they understand themselves, they know it. They pay least attention to that and just worry about their opponent, which is how it should be. You know, they're like machines in the ring. That's what makes them them.
Yeah.
Just machines. You know, it's very difficult to defeat a machine, and they know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're very confident when they step in between those ropes, and they know themselves, and they're able to easily defeat their opponent because of that.
And how good are they, Mike?
I think a lot of people, because they're so their arsenal can be so bland. Their punches, the way that they do it, everything can be so bland. Whereas they could just throw a jab the whole fight, just jab the whole fight, and then finally say, you know what, I'm going to throw this right hand. And that's the right hand that knocks out their opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Klitschkos, they do that, and people, they want to see fireworks. They want to see, you know, extravagant hooks and uppercuts. The Klitschkos aren't there to make you know, they aren't there to try and win the crowd. They're there to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. They do their job, and they get it done. They're the champions, you know.
Yeah.
Do both of them have both of them have the titles, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Double-headed dragon.
So, yeah, so they understand they're going in to conduct the sport. They're going in to conduct business. They're not going in there to please anybody except themselves. And that's why they're so successful.
Well said, Mike and Chando. Appreciate your time. Have fun at the fights tonight, man.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. If you need anything, you call me. You need another radio show, you call me. I'll be there.
You got it. You'll get the call first, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Take it easy.
Take care.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. We just got word back from Switzerland that Vladimir Klitschko defeated Tony Thompson for the second time. What do you think makes the Klitschkos so effective, Eddie?
Because they take training seriously, and they use their attributes to the fullest.
Mm-hmm. And
height, reach, length, you know, power. They put it all together.
yeah. How good do you think they are in terms of the history of the heavyweight division?
Well, they stand up there with the best of them because of their size.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to realize that their size plays a lot in how they hook up and how they end up with the heavyweights of the past. I mean, they're right up there.
Yeah, and I know you follow the world of boxing. Do you see anybody coming up from anywhere that might challenge the reign?
Not now. No, not now.
Yeah, maybe just Father Time. You know?
There you go. That's the only one.
Yeah. Then that's
Everybody.
not it. Yeah. Then we still got the HBO card to look forward to tonight with Kelly Pavlik coming back to HBO for the first time since his problem started. When he's at his best, what do you think makes Kelly so impressive?
You know, when he was with his other trainer, Jack Lowe,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kelly Pavlik was undefeated until he ran into burnout. But he was a hell of a fighter, and he listened. Then he got caught up in the the drinking situation, and drinking and the sport that we're in doesn't match at all. But Jack had him. He was a good little boxer. Put the punches together. He can punch a little bit. I mean, it was good. They had a good relationship. I mean, I don't know about his new trainer. I didn't see him fight yet. The new trainer, but I wish him well. He's in a good fight tonight.
Yeah, and not too many fights to see on Will Rosinsky. We know that he's aggressive. He's going to try to get his head on his chest, get on the inside, and make it a rough fight. He had a lot of amateur experience coming out of New York. Do you think he's ready for this fight? He had one tough fight against Edwin Rodriguez, and he fought good. A lot of people think he won.
I've seen a few of Will's fights, and like you just said, he brings it to you.
Yeah.
And now we're going to find out how if Kelly comes all the way back tonight. This is a rough fight for him.
Yeah. What do you see happening once the bell rings? Tough fight, you said. What do you expect?
I expect Will coming right to him, making Kelly work, backing him up, and listen. Kelly can beat him by experience. Other than that, it could be an upset. It could be an upset.
Yeah, definitely a tough fight.
Right, no doubt.
And then after that one, you got Nonito Donaire, one of the top guys of the sport. What makes him so effective at what he does, Eddie?
Oh, man, Nonito, he can box and he can punch with the best of them, man. If he's not the best puncher in that division, he can crack, man. I seen Nonito work out when he was in Vegas. He's serious about it. He takes his job very, very seriously. He wants unification. I never saw his opponent, but I heard he's a tall, rangy guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a task for Nonito to get to the guy.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Nonito's tall at 5'7" for the division, but he thought he was fighting a guy 5'10". The guy ended up being closer to 6 feet. So what's the danger there when you train for someone that you didn't know of, and then they show up and it's actually they're even different than you expected? So what kind of danger does that pose?
That's where you have all the utmost confidence in your trainer. Because he has to tell you how to switch gears. I'm thinking that Nonito has to go to the body a lot and keep moving that head, stay inside, and let both hands go to the body, try to break this guy down. You hit him on the arms and in the muscles, break him down so he can't use his jab. Take it away from him.
Yep. And I think it might confuse the South African guy. I don't think that they see too many southpaws in South Africa, so that might be the deciding factor, basically, is what I'm saying. Nonito southpaw stance.
I'm sure they don't have none that punches harder than Nonito.
Nope. No. So, what do you expect happening tonight? Did you see any film on Mathebula at all?
No film at all. No film at all.
Yeah, he's tough. He had a couple fights that are on YouTube, but pretty tough to find stuff on him.
I like Nonito. He's a proven warrior.
Yeah. Who do you see that might challenge him in the division? Maybe Rigondeaux, a lot of people say, and some.
Exactly. You got to, go up and I guess everybody's calling him out. The guys in his division. And after he takes care of this guy, then he'll step to the plate. I know Nonito personally, and he takes calling him out very serious.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker, no doubt about it.
What do you think of Gary Russell Jr.?
Oh, man, he's got loads of potential. Loads of potential, man. You just need to keep him on the right track, and he's doing real good. I like that kid.
Yeah, I think it could be a great year, 2013. Nonito, and a lot of great fights. A lot of great fights to be made.
Without a doubt.
Thank you, Eddie. Talk to you later. Appreciate your time.
You got it, buddy.
So there you have it. Seems like the world of boxing's expecting a couple of good fights ahead on HBO, and seems like most people have the utmost respect for the Klitschko brothers, for the most part. Want to thank everyone who made their picks and voiced their opinion, and we're only a little bit away from the start of this big HBO card, and I'm about to go tune in, and you should too. Thanks for listening, and follow me on Twitter at Chris2Guns. Thank you.